am out here at the Ceylon covered bridge today, and I just wanted to kind of remind people a little bit about this bridge. It's here in southern Adams County. It's just off 950 in southern Adams County. If you hit Highway 27 and come through the city of Ceylon, you'll come right to the bridge if you turn east and keep going east. They have a parking lot beside the bridge, so if you want to walk through the bridge and stuff, it's an all nicely paved parking lot. This bridge was needed to connect the southeast area of southern Adams County to the town of Ceylon. There were a lot of areas on the east side of the Wabash River that were having to go quite a ways around just to come back into Ceylon and Geneva. And so Dr. Barton Snow, he was a very influential individual in this area, and he took it upon himself, and a few other men were with him, and they started in working on getting this bridge. The first bridge that was built in 1860, but it was not a covered bridge. It was an open top bridge, and it showed weather quickly. So in 1873, they went to Toledo Company and asked for ideas, and this is what they come up with. It was commissioned by the Smith Company out of Toledo, Ohio, and it was one of 23 bridges at the time that covered the Wabash River. That's how important the Wabash River was. It's such a long river. It's 503 feet long, but it crosses across many, many counties, most of Indiana. And so it really spans quite a ways. And this is the only bridge that is still left. This bridge has a history. It is actually, in 2007, they put it on the National History Registry here in Indiana. Well, actually, of historic places, period, not just Indiana. And the bridge that they built, the first bridge was called the Baker Bridge because the Baker family lived beside it. So that was kind of common at the time to name the bridges after the people that lived close by. But then the second bridge, when they built it, it ended up becoming the Ceylon Covered Bridge. And it is a 135 foot long, using the Howe Trust design. This design is one of the designs that they used a lot for the railroads. It's a very strong bridge, and they redid this bridge a couple of times, but not the first time they redid it or worked on it, and they didn't completely redo it, was in 1963. So, if it was built like 80 some years by that time, and they didn't work on it until then, it was a very strong bridge because it was used every day by cars. And cars used to use this bridge. This was the only means of getting over the Wabash River in this area. And then in 1974, they bypassed the bridge. They kept this bridge in the original spot. This is the original road underneath. It's been paved over a few times. And as you can see, it goes back over and hits County Road 950 down there, clear at the end down there. And then that is where the new bridge crosses the Wabash River. On the south side of that bridge, there is a boat dock. A lot of people kayak and canoe and use that boat dock. There's also trails if it's not wet. There are trails in that area. Right now, it's in the spring of 26, and we're having quite a few rains, so it is kind of a wet area, but by midsummer, even a couple of weeks from now, that trail will be ready to be used. You just have to kind of watch the weather a little bit. but it has some nice trails. My family, we actually go fishing down in behind and under that bridge. There's a place that's all cleared out down there, and you could fish down in there. And my husband actually likes to come out here once in a while and go fishing. Between here and Lynn Grove, he kind of goes back and forth. And the bridge is open to walking, bicycling. From time to time, they have community events out here. And it's just a nice place to come out and take an evening stroll. After they worked on the bridge in 1963 and did some safety improvements and stuff, in 1974 it was bypassed when they put in the new bridge. And when they had it, it's in the original spot, but when they had the road closed and opened up over there, and this was all closed off, they did some work on this bridge. And in 2012, they brought it up to current safety measures, which was important because, it had been here at that time for, 100 years. It needed to be updated some, but it has still kept the same integrity, the same design that it always has had. It's got the wood floor. It's just kind of a cool place to come from time to time. In 2004, this bridge is so strong that this whole area flooded, and I don't have any pictures of it, but it flooded up underneath this bridge, and everybody was concerned that there was going to be some structural damage to the bridge. The bridge held. The older design, the updates that they had done, and this bridge held. It is a wonderful design. It's a nice little piece of history close by. And again, it is our Ceylon Bridge. Over here we have the Limberlost County Park. It's east of the town of Ceylon, and it's just a little bit north here. It all shares the same parking lot. And in behind that pavilion, there is a trail. It goes in through the woods. The trail comes out at Snow Cemetery. And Snow Cemetery is where the founders of Ceylon are buried. Dr. Snow was influential in getting a lot of things done in this area, including getting Ceylon platted and issued as a town in this area. And he has his family buried there. A lot of his family is buried there. A lot of his children are buried there. They lived in Ceylon, and they lived in this area. His son even went on to be very influential in this area. After his father's death, he kind of picked it up and took off with this area as well, with the education and stuff. But that trail will bring you out to the Adams County Trails, the Canoper Trail, which is along Highway 27. So you could park here, see the bridge, walk over there, get part of the Canoper Trail, and you could head down to Bern, or you could turn the other way and go to Geneva on the Canoper Trail. So you spend, the whole afternoon out here if you had the mind to. Well, hey, thank you for spending the afternoon with me.